the light is fading, my light is fading, and my camera is also dying, so I have to make this quick. So here it goes. Most people nowadays take mediocre images, dark and noisy ones, and sometimes even blurry images, take them into programs like Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Lightroom, edit the heck out of these images, and call themselves a professional photographer. To those people who think that that's all photography, no offense, but that is not all. But why does this happen? Due to this massive boom in social media, we as general people, are exposed to so many photographers' work that we think that all they do is just superficial. They just edit this layer of colors and then it is a good photograph. But every professional photographer knows that whatever they do, they have meaning behind it. And that is what a lot of the newer photographers lack. So I'm here to try to teach you how to become a better photographer, just implementing this small thing in your work. It is called visual subtext. What is visual subtext, you're asking? Visual subtext is basically adding meaning to your photographs by changing the way it's framed, changing the way you shoot it, your aperture, your settings, and maybe even changing the way you edit the photos. But Pranav, how? I will explain with the help of certain examples, but I know you're probably thinking, why should I add more meaning? It will look flattering to your viewers and it'll look meaningful. It'll just be a visibly better photograph if you add meaning to everything you do. And then you're probably still thinking, you're not going to notice this because you just look at a photograph and go, that looks nice. And you look at the other photograph and go, that looks bad. You don't be like, this thing is here, so it means that. So it doesn't matter anyway, right? So no, it does. Our brains have been hardwired to find all these small meanings hidden within the creative works of mine. Because we have grown up basically with creative works. We've evolved with cave paintings, poetry since language began, and photography since we had cameras. So, since our brains evolved with this creative aspect in mind, we are hardwired to find the meanings hidden within common everyday things. And that's why poetry and painting and photography exist as artistic professions. So, even though you're not consciously looking at the meaning behind everything, you are subconsciously processing everything. And if the thing you're processing subconsciously fits the description of what you think of the image, you consider the image flattering. So all you have to do is to take better photographs, is to add visual subtext or add meaning to your photographs. But how would I do that? This is not defined. This is where your own perspective starts. But let me show you two sets of images. This set is more flattering than this set. But both of these images are taken by me and both are taken on the same device, in fact. But then what makes this a much better set of images than this? So let's take one image from each set. So let's first look at this set of images. This set of images, especially this image, I have framed and shot with a meaning in mind. So I call this image the pathway to happiness. The focal subject of this image, that is basically the thing in focus, is the plants, which are to the side. And the background has the pathway, which is out of focus but framed dead center. What I try to mean with this is people often look at small obstacles, in this case plants, and their vision gets blurred with that, and then they think they can't find the path to happiness. The path to happiness lies in front of you but is also hidden at the same time. So the path way there is in the same way visible to our eyes but hidden in background blur. So it basically imitates like pathway to happiness is still in front of our eyes but we can't find it. That got poetic real quick, but that is why this image works. And also I accentuated this feeling in the editing where I made the pathway bright and white and I made the plants dark and cool. Basically I added blue hues to the green plants to make them appear not so lively. So that is why this image works physically and you look at it and you go, that's a good image. There is a meaning to it and I like this image a lot. Let's take an image from this set. So this is an image I shot at eye level on my phone and I was like, okay, nice. I edited the colors to not add meaning but to make it flattering. So there is no meaning behind anything here. So that is why this image is just looks rather good but not flattering. This is not a meaningful picture, this is just a nice looking picture. Well, this is a meaningful picture. And that is the power of photography. A million words can be said with none being spoken. You don't have to instruct everybody to do what they want. They can infer meaning from each and every phrase, and that is how professional photographers get the extra flair to their photos. They add meaning and reprocess this meaning subconsciously so the image looks flattering. Compared to other people who take photos, edit them to look pleasing, and upload, their photos don't appear as dramatic and as meaningful. So you just look at it and go, that is a good photo, but it's not as good as that. So that is why, and this is how you can elevate a photography without even spending even $1 or 1 cent. All you have to do is, when you're taking the photograph, stop and think, how can I add meaning to this frame? What can I say through the meaning? Should this photo be sad? Should this photo be happy? And you have to carry over this mood in the edit. If you have a happy photograph and the image is entirely dark, well, it's a style, but most people generally prefer happy images to be bright. But if you have an image which is supposed to be sad and the image is bright, it's also an artistic touch, but generally our brains expect sad images to be dark. That is why if you go into any stock image website and type in sad, all the images you get are often underexposed and sometimes in black and white, because we associate binary colors, that is black and white and darkness, with sadness. And if you search up happy images, you'll get bright, colorful, vibrant images because, well, happiness is bright, colorful, and vibrant. So this is an easy way to elevate your photography without even having to spend a single dollar or a single cent. So this is going to be my last video for some time because I have some big things coming up in life and I cannot afford to get distracted from them now. So this is going to be my last video for 2 to 3 months, but I'll be back grinding. So this is Pranav Arvind and you're watching my channel, my video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next video. So once you add this meaning to your photographs, it just becomes a much better picture. It just becomes a much better picture.